this is JilliBling. How are you? I have a project using some recently retired plus some current dies, and I kind of went crazy making these cards today. So it started out with this. This is a swap from Diane Long, and there's something about it. There's something about every one of her cards. I just love it. Many times it's a hint simple, but it's always beautifully made, like perfect borders. Just everything that she does is really nice. But I've had this sitting off to the side for a few months now, and this die set just went away. It's like, I want to do that. And then there's the designer paper. So I thought I would use the Sweet Blooms that has the layering dies for Lovely and Bloom. So that was the intent. But then I looked it up, and this plaid, timeless plaid designer paper is still available. So I thought, you know what, I'll do some with both. Okay, I used all the dies. And so it's blank inside, a little bit of extra from there, right here at the bottom. How classic is that? And isn't it just like a nice crisp card? Diane always does great work. So this is where it started. So my first one, I was thinking, oh, and then this designer paper, I have it right here. I'll show you in just a minute. My first one was a little bit boring, but then I made it a bit more fancy on the inside. And I love how this one turned out. But these are great to do a whole bunch of them. Have them in your drawer or your basket or whatever you store your cards in, because you always need a birthday card. So that was my first go. Then I did one just like Diane's, but using Happy Birthday instead. Use the same cupcakes. But isn't that fun? Classic. Then this one is like Diane's, and I love this paper. And I know that Pebbled Path is gone, but look how nicely it goes with Early Espresso. That might be my favorite. I like how this one turned out too. You're Too Kind. This is from the Wanted to Say dies. And I love how that one turned out. And then I got into the Bloom dies, and I want to use the other one. What is it? Lovely. And you know I say that word all the time. I'm kind of okay with it because it's a nice word. So this is the one I did with the Bloom dies. And look how cute that little bouquet is. Then on the inside, bloom where you're planted. Which is everything. If you ask anyone, hey, how are things? Everyone has something that they would kind of like to improve on, but you just need to thrive wherever you're planted. Do the best you can with what you have. So I like this one. So today I want to do another one, maybe using the Timeless Plaid designer paper, the Lovely Words, and I don't exactly have a full plan yet, but I know it's going to come together because they're bordering on simple, classic, and kind of fun. Okay, so Sweet Blooms is the name of the bundle, and it has the layering dies. Like, see how there's the gray, and then there's the, that's basic gray, and this is Balmy Blue. These are the Wanted to Say dies, and look how they come along with all these other little pieces. On the birthday one, I was thinking about making a gift with a bow on top of it. It's like, nope, I'm trying to keep it simple, but the flowers in it are cute. With You in Mind is a current stamp set, and I thought this is perfect because the outside of it is a little bit big and bold and fun, and these fonts are the same. That's where the cupcake came from, the flowers. Did the hearts on one. I think I did the leaves. Didn't do the star, but this is a great set. Sweet Blooms. Keep that one on top. Sweet Bloom dies. Oop, we're going to be using them all. And here are the designer papers. So this is the Timeless Plaid, which you could still get. And this one is called Beautiful. Oh, that word. When this first came out, I used the paper, and people schooled me on how to say this word. And I think it's boka. There you go. I'm sure I'm going to be schooled again. So using those two papers, look how much I have left. I mean, I can make a lot more cards, and you end up, not that you discard, but setting off to the side quite a big piece, so you could use it for something else. Okay, we're going to use this. There's a lot of ink pads, just because you notice the flower colors, the inside stamping colors, clunk, crumb cake, misty moonlight, petal pink, garden green, balmy blue, basic gray, basic beige, early espresso, calypso coral. Yeah. But I have fun. And stamping in my room is not as often as I like and as it used to be. We're taking care of Warren. At the end, I'll show you a few pictures of Warren. He's 6 months old. And he's such a good baby. He's a good boy. Okay, so here we go. Look at those colors together. Ooh, pretty. Okay, I want to use antique pearls because look how beautifully they match. This is inside. Okay, let's just get to building it. So with this project, if you're coming to class and you're thinking, I'll make a few of those, I have one request, one tip, and that is paper prices went up a lot. But if you can, take your lower layer of your words, because see how there's the blue and the gray? So take the gray and cut it out of this page right here. If I were to have my finger underneath it, you'd feel a lump. Don't do it out of this one. See how there's the basic gray right here? Because if you're writing, you're going to go clunk, 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 clunk. So take it out of this layer right here. And I have an example. Maybe. There it is. Because I did one too many. This is the happy birthday. But see, if you take it out of there, you put the designer paper over the top, you can't even tell. Okay, so with that said, I take it out of here, but I know that these are just stuck together. No stamping, no texturing, nothing. Nothing required. Just white. Plain old white. So, oh, I need to trim that. I was, it's like my time. I don't have much time. And Tony kept on saying, I thought you wanted to do some flower buying. I'll probably need these. Flower buying. And I want to get the garden in. And I said, okay, after our trips. Oh, that's another thing, is our last 2 weekends, we've been gone the whole weekend. Which is fun, which is good. But that doesn't leave much stamping time. Okay, so this is the paper. This Misty Moonlight paper is what I'm going to take the word. This one is going to be lovely. Okay. So I'm going to do Misty Moonlight, the darker color, in the bold. Out of here. And then the detailed one is going to be out of, I had a plan. Oh, you know what it is? For most of these, I have a stack of papers that you could take it out of. But the word lovely is too big. The die is too big for the paper. This is the only one that won't fit. Therefore, I have some cut that are just a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's run these two through. So the darker color gets the bolder one, the bigger one. Let me turn these over. The lighter color gets the detailed fine one. So when you look at the difference in these, let's see, where is it good? Well, it's easy to tell that this one has all the detail on it, and these are more bold. It's more of an outline. Detailed goes on the lighter color. Okay, so here's lovely. Have a lovely day. Lovely. Lovely. And I call my husband Lovey. And that's because over at Mama's house up on the hill, they have some British friends, George and Olive, and they call each other Lovey. And before I officially moved here, Tony's like, oh, that's so cute. So then he started calling me Lovey. And it's just stuck. I don't know if he likes being called Lovey, but he gets it anyhow. Okay, so I'm going to put glue on the back of the basic beige detailed Lovely. And I'll stick it onto the Misty Moonlight layer. And when I'm putting glue on here, I'm not so concerned about the middle part of the letter, but definitely the top up here, and then the bottom. I'm just going to do the top. If you get the middle part, which is usually the easy part, that's fine. But if I get the top and the bottom, I know it's going to be secured really well. And sometimes when you're pulling these detailed pieces out of the die, they get a little bit distorted. So, or do you hang on to it, or are you just going to get all gluey? You get gluey. And I'm looking at right here. I like it there. And I'll look at the Y, get that in place. It's good to do a little bit like get in place the beginning and the end, and hope your fingers are glued to it. And the rest of it just kind of falls into place. And I'll tell you, after working with the other dies, the Wanted to Say dies, those have a little bit more of a border. The darker color, the darker die is a little bit bigger. And this one is, see the Misty Moonlight, the amount that you see? It's a little bit slim, which is very nice. But the other ones, that's the bloom. See how much more of the Misty Moonlight shows through? And it just makes it a little bit easier to work with. But this has a very nice look. So before your glue dries, you can move things around. And my glue dried, and I don't see much of the Y, but it's going to be just fine. Okay, that's why I took that out. This goes right on top. Pecan pie. It's been so nice, such nice weather. Oh, anyhow, so back to the garden. So finally I'm like, you know what? If I keep on saying, oh, I have to do the projects for class. Oh, I had to do this. I mean, it's never ending. I could spend forever in my room and not have enough done. And my room is a mess. I have so much stuff. I was trying to bring stuff on the trips that I could do, like on the plane or on the road. And so there's stuff like a mountain. Tony even came in here. He's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, I'm building a fortress. And he just kind of laughed. But it's all stuff. Do I put it back in the box and come back to it later? No, it's going to stay out, drive me crazy until I get it done. Anyhow, so we got the garden. Ooh, come on. Man. And I got flowers to plant. And we did it. For me, planting the flowers, okay, I went to plant them, but the tulips that bloomed and the daffodils that bloomed recently, they had to be kind of trimmed before I could put flowers in. And I'm fine if they both are there because they both have different seasons. So I was trimming. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to be sore. I was really sore. So much. You all know Tony got a new hip. It's a year ago now. Can you believe a year's gone by? I'm like, oh, I think I need a new hip. That's how bad it was. And I seriously thought, I got a problem here. That's how sore it was. And then, of course, the next day, I had to go finish. Of course, I had to do more cleaning up. And as Tony was walking by to go put the garden in, which is like 10 times as much work as planting 2 flats of flowers. He's like, hey, can you get this weed right here? You got the little clippers? I'm like, yeah. And in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't bend over. Like, even to sleep, even to breathe, it was like, oh. Anyhow, went to the gym today. I was on the treadmill. Didn't feel too bad. And I feel fine now. It's like I got something back in place. Oh, look how nice that looks. Lovely. Oh, I wanted to do, well, okay. Oh, I have an idea. I want to do hello, lovely, but, you know, I put that panel on with dimensionals. So I'm gonna take a risk. And you're probably like, don't do it if you stamp on there. But I have a plan. Okay, so if it's like that. Oh, and I like those flowers too. The flowers that I did on the bloom one. This is really fun. Well, nope. Nope. Maybe down here. No. Sideways, like the bloom. Well, that whole Y takes up all the space. Maybe it's just going to be on the inside. Okay. So, to get the hello, I'll do it in, pecan pie I think is in crumb cake. Okay, so here's my plan. I'm going to put the dimensionals under here. You think I'm genius or you think I'm silly? I don't know. So crumb cake. Pecan pie is too dark. Oh, this will look good with that. So many things. Okay, these dimensionals are not full. Here's full. Okay, and the hello. Look at that. It's gonna go. Oh yeah. Love it when a plan comes together. So this is gonna go right here. I have to put gems on it too. Okay, cross your fingers with me. Let's test it. There's a blob there. There's a no ink there. What's going on with that blob? You know I have a fix for that. Chips are always good, right? The fix is, that one came out okay. The fix is, first of all, clean what's on there. The second fix is your lint roller. Because the little blobs are, when you know, some people, they use baby wipes and it leaves lint. And lint is what's gathering the ink. Okay. Hello, lovely. I'll do this later. I had to peel that off. Pile is so big. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, that's better. Okay, it's going to go right there, straight up and down. Hello. Oh, did you see that? Like I do to, Warren is learning how to high five. High five. You put your hand out and he kind of looks at you like, what are you doing? And his little tiny hand, it just kind of opens up and you hit him, you woohoo! And he's kind of smiles like, you guys are kind of weird. So I'm trying to get this somewhat centered. I'm fine if that drops maybe down a little lower. So that amount equals that. Oh, I love it. Hello, lovely. Keep saying it. So I don't know if I was done with my gardening story, but it's done. It's not all pruned up, but the flowers are in. And it's so nice to drive up to the house and see flowers planted. It's just so cheerful. And we got a few new, we got another hydrangea. And Tony calls this other one a conifer. And I'm sure it's a conifer, but it's a cool looking plant. What else? Oh, we got this climbing, I think it's clematis. And it's like a pink purple color. That one is just out there shining bright. Oh, and my peony is blooming. I love those. My very first one, I really wanted one. And I think it was for Mother's Day a few years ago. I said, I really want one. I need another one. It's so pretty. Oh, and I have some, hold on. Look at this. Well, it's kind of big there. But, rose, that smells delightful. Calla lily. Lilac, that's blooming. Another rose. And the peony, it's smiling at you. That's why it's so big in the camera. Isn't that beautiful? And I have like 4 vases across the house, everywhere, just because it's so pretty. And this one right here, if I were a rose-eating person, that's the one. Pretty. Boy, I'm chatty, huh? It's been a while. Okay, let's put some gems on. And 3 sizes. Of course, I have to use all of them. Of course. Look how nice that is. Okay, this is for a girl. Because these gems are sparkly. They're sparkly and shiny. And I'm calling this person, I guess a boy can be lovely. I think Warren is lovely. Right there. I don't know. Right there. I'm liking this one. Okay, this is my favorite now. Okay, so that's done. Do you like it? I like it. I like it. So for the inside, I want to do that little bouquet, but in Misty Moonlight. And then the words, hello, lovely. Oh, I have good words that come with this. Look, there's a little lilac. Lilac? I can handle the smell for a little while, and then after a bit, it's like, ooh. Okay, enough of that. You make me smile. Hello, lovely. You make me smile. So that can go right here. It's a brand new set. And then the bouquet. Oh, I know. I'm going to do bouquet, bouquet, cut out bouquet. What do you think? And then this little leaf. So this one I did in garden green. This one I think I want to do it in crumb cake. I know you're like, crumb cake leaves, it doesn't happen like that. But I know it's going to look good. Okay, so You Make Me Smile is going to go in Misty Moonlight. I think I'm so talkative because Tonia's been on a bus trip all day. It's just been Warren and I. And I'm finally in my room. Doesn't that look good? Is it a little crooked? I think it's a little crooked. But it stamps so nice. Let me try it again. Straight. Yeah. Okay, and then the flowers. Let me see how it looks with Stamp Off, because I want the center one to be prominent, the side ones to be kind of shadows. Full strength, Stamp Off. Stamp Off it is. I have one of them done. Full strength. This is going to go here. Doesn't that look good? If you like blue, like I like blue, okay, I like crumb cake too. See, that's really sweet like that. So this one, like over here, but Stamp Off. Okay, I'm going to do it. Stamp Off flowers. And if it doesn't work out, I have the other side of the paper to go back to. Stamp Off flowers. Okay. This has to be stamped off too, then lined up. Line it up. Do it fast. Oh, that's nice. Okay, line it up. Flower, 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 flower. Go. It's a little dark there, but it's fine. Oh, I want to do some of those other leaves too. The green ink on it. I probably should check if they're needed. So if this is here, yeah, I think it's getting too big. Oh, the Stamp Off. That's like my bouquet. Huh. So I stamped it off. I stamped it onto the Misty Moonlight Stamp Off right here. The stamp picked up a little bit of the blue that's now on the Stamp Off crumb cake. I know you could barely see it, but that's kind of a cool look. To duplicate that a few times? I don't know. So I have this one going maybe here. Okay, I'm going to try to do it on this one. Stamp Off in the blue. Do it, do it, do it. Look at this. I guess your ink on your Stamp Off has to be fresh. Do you see that hint of blue in there? On this Stamp Off crumb cake leaf. Cool look. Who knew? I like it. I want to use that linen thread. Linen thread on the inside. Because this is girly, I wonder if I could have a bow on here. It matches. Where would I put it? I'll do just a baby bow. Because I want to put one on the inside. So just like this one. Just a little bitty bit of a bow. Okay. Well, if it doesn't go on the outside, that could go on the inside. Yeah, I think that's kind of making it. It's just going to go on the inside. Okay. So, glue dot. Glue dots are all gone. Not anymore. Oh, how could that be? It's brand new. Okay, so because linen thread is so thin and delicate, I'm going to take this glue dot, roll it up, and then I'm going to put liquid glue over it so it'll dry hard. Because chances are if I put this one right where I want it, and it is very much rolled up, then put this on here, chances are it's going to stick my card closed. So if I cover that glue dot with liquid glue, it's going to lock that bow in place once it dries, and the sticky won't be, it'll be hidden. Okay, so that's going to go right there. I'm going to stick it down with liquid glue at the bottom and a dimensional at the top, because that seems to be what I've been doing lately. Don't know why. Tiny, tiny, tiny. All of these, look at this. I went on these trips. I was like, oh, I might need dimensionals. And I started these, started all of them. Now I have all of these partials. I'll use them. No doubt about it. I had dimensionals in each little project Ziploc baggie. Oh, here's more. Okay, so this is going to go right in the middle. I'm going to have to let it dry. I'm going to put it down just a little bit lower. Primarily, oh, I had to put glue down here because I like my multicolored stamped off crumb cake leaf. Yeah. Okay, that's there. And all of these, I'll have pictures of all of these on my blog. And my blog is JilliBling.com. And the paper cut sizes are in the video description and on my blog. Okay, so this is going to go here. Is that just a sweet card? And these feet are kind of, so if I have them dry, like that, so let's see, Warren is now, I'm going to leave a little white edge showing. See right there? He's eating and drinking. He's drinking less of mama milk, nursing how she's pumping. And he's growing. I think it's next Friday. He has a doctor appointment, a 7-month appointment. And he's almost sitting. And what he does is he's on his tummy and he kind of arches a little bit and he swings around, spins around to where he wants to be on his torso. A few times he has, I look at him and he's up on his elbows and knees, or even his arms are straightened up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's about to crawl. But usually that's when he's taking care of business. Because now that he's eating people food, yeah. I think he needs to eat plums or prunes or something. Little one is making, I don't need to go there, you know what I mean? Oh, look how it's staying. We'll see if it lasts, because I had to put glue. Okay, it would be wise to put glue on the back of here, but because I'm hoping that will stay, glue is going to go on here. Like I know where I'm going. I'm pretending. Because I've done, what, 7 others? And in that whopping 10 seconds, oh look at, they're staying. But I have to trim off this. It's just a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. Oh, so if you have ordered from me in the past 3 or 4 months, I've sent you a catalog. If you haven't received your catalog, let me know. Because there's been 2 people already that have said, yeah, I'll have to get a catalog with my next order. I'm like, no, I sent you one. They're like, well, I didn't get it. And I called, and 2 of them have already been, they're on the way. They might get a duplicate, but they should have it by now. Okay, so I think that is it for this project. I'm going to not close that all the way. Hello, lovely. You make me smile. Isn't that nice? I love all of these. Oh, the pictures. Let me show you. So, if you don't want to see the pictures, that's fine. Because I have no more of, oh, here's some. That's Emma. Look at all those. Remember how at the last video I said Tony got his tractor? Oh, I like how it's kind of live. His tractor was not working. You could see he did weed eating. But all of those white flowers were driving him crazy. He's like, oh, but it's good for the bees, for the fruit trees. But he finally got it cut. Yay, look at him standing. There's Emma. Oh, he does that. See how he kind of curls up when he's tired, and he puts his thumb in his mouth. Okay, so there's that. And, oh, him eating. Look at the banana on his nose. That's one of the first times he's ate. Can you see the look on his face? Oh, but he's going to do it again. And he has 2 spoons. And these spoons are the coolest thing, because when a baby eats their first food, they are used to just sucking milk. So the spoons have grooves in it so you can put the food in it, and then he just sucks the food out of the spoon, which is smart. And they're giving him a big piece of meat just because they know it won't go down his throat. Look at that 2-spoon boy. Asparagus. See if I could do some volume. Look at that, all over his face. And that's all that was left after he got done eating. And this is like maybe his 2nd time that he's had people food. Now watch that. It goes off to the side, and Bruiser gets it. Pretty soon he tries a spoon. Off to the side. And did you hear that, how he goes, mmm? That's because Michaela and I, from the very beginning, when he sees us eating, we go, mmm, mmm. Oh, it's 6 months. That's 3 weeks ago. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, or I appreciate your comments. Let me know which one you like the best. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks.